So we're going to listen to this song.
We're going to listen to this song.
Silence, can we comment?
Well, the comments will happen afterwards.
Okay.
Okay? Nobody look. Now the real... No, you know what? We're just going to play... It's 3 minutes, but I'll probably play like a minute. I'll probably like half of it.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Welcome to the Is for Fun podcast, a podcast that is for fun. I am your host, Tommy. I'm joined here with...
Sam.
Fabio.
And we just got done listening to a hit new single called Feel Like I Do. And I made you guys listen to it because I want you guys to guess who is singing.
It's someone we know, isn't it?
It's someone you know.
I knew it was someone
It's someone you guys are both big fans of.
Is this Dogstar?
Dogstar? Oh, I didn't know he had a band. It is not Dogstar.
Is it
He had a band.
Jeremy Renner?
It's not
God.
Jeremy Renner. I have
He said
heard,
we're big fans, dude.
Yeah, I have heard Jeremy Renner's
Hawkeye's
music, and it is very generic pop rock, in my opinion.
So it's someone we know.
It's someone you know.
Big fans of
Fans
I'm
of
going to give you a little bit because I want more.
That wasn't Jables, right?
Terry Crews.
Terry Crews, not Terry Crews.
Jables?
It is none other than famous actor Vin Diesel.
What?
Making,
Really?
I think is his music premiere. I'm going to say it again for the people listening at home. Feel Like I Do. That is the music cover.
Nice.
All right. I saw that like picture somewhere. I didn't know it was associated with the song or whatever.
It is his new track that just came out. It is like
See,
late September.
I was gonna say the voice sounded like it was really like heavily distorted to sound deeper, but I bet that was just him.
Yeah.
I just didn't
that is his
Cool.
voice.
Okay. Good for
I
Vin.
really wasn't understanding much of what he was saying, but I could vibe with it.
Well, okay, we're playing it through TV audio, so you might.
He was just saying "I'm
give it a listen
Groot"
to.
over and over again.
Honestly, I like it. I was gelling with it. It's
Pretty generic.
It's pretty generic.
But, like, it's not bad.
It's not bad.
no, but a little musical debut. I like his gravelier voice, even though it's like a real
I wanna
feel-goody, upbeat song.
I wanna re-listen to it now that I know it's him.
Yeah.
Yeah, not now.
No.
Well, we can't play it on the podcast, so you have to do it afterwards. Or if you're listening right now, you could just pause and just give it a nice listen
No,
to.
make sure you listen
Hey,
to this whole podcast.
Do you guys want to
first.
celebrate Vin Diesel's?
Whatever. I don't care what order.
You guys want to celebrate Vin Diesel's music debut?
Yeah, and we're back with episode insert here. So, that was the only topic I brought, so we could wrap that now.
All right, everybody. Have a good one. I could vibe with that
Yeah.
song. That was a
I'm-
good time.
I'm now more curious to see, one, if he pumps out more music later. Or is there hey, Vin, we want the scoop first. Is there an album coming? What can we expect from Mr. Diesel?
And could we please, is that not just the singles art? Please let that be the album art.
Oh yes.
Art
Just, hey, I'm the Diesel.
yeah. And he can actually kind of sing. I discovered this song, and one of the recommended YouTube videos on the side was him at an awards ceremony for Fast 7. And he sang a little bit of "It's Been a Long Day" with that whole song that they play in the song. He sings it a little bit, and it's super emotional because he's talking about him and Paul making the franchise a little bit. And then he starts singing that, and everyone loses their mind and stuff. But when he's singing it, he actually, unlike me, has a decent voice and stuff. And it's a little cringy.
I'm so distracted. Hurley's just licking on his cock right now. It's really.
He heard his name and he was like, what? Gotta go
That's
back
okay.
home.
Go
He's
back
a
to your
good boy.
business. Don't let me stop
No,
you.
I'm saying he has a voice. So I mean, and if he continued doing music like that, that's very pop, EDM, techno, that whole space. So you can
Fucking
synthesize your voice as much
Idris
as you want.
Elba producing it. Vin Diesel singing over it. It was a good time.
Yeah, that'd be a good
It was
time.
a good time.
I would listen to it. I'd give it a listen. It was Vin Diesel, so I had to listen to it.
Oh, obviously. I'm glad that you shared that with us. That was a good.
It's interesting.
Oh man, it
Not
was
what I
so
expected.
hard. I was telling Fabio for the last couple days. I was like, dude, because it had just came out.
Yeah.
The day I listened to it was pretty sure it was day one. And I was like, I really want to tell you I found this. And that it's not horrible. And I actually kind of liked it. And it's Vin Diesel. But I'm going to save it for the intro of the cast.
That was a good save.
Yeah.
I'm glad you did.
Yeah.
Glad we got to share this moment together.
I know, same.
It's good.
But that what you were saying about him at like an awards show or whatever. There's this one award show, like it was Jackie Chan was like getting a lifetime achievement award or something, and Vin Diesel was he went and he was a speaker, and his speech for that was so fucking weird.
No!
Like he was, I want to say my man's was high, like just super high, and he just went on stage, and he was trying to be funny. Like, and he thought he was funny. Like,
Nice.
He thought his shit was funny. And the whole crowd was like, not funny.
No.
It was
Unfortunate.
It was unfortunate. It was a weird, like, I felt awkward. Like, I was like, ooh. I felt like I was giving the speech.
Well, have you seen that clip of him talking about Guardians of the Galaxy?
No.
It was...
Was that one like
perhaps the second one. Let's say the second one, because I don't remember.
Was this when like James Gunn showed Vin Diesel like a scene from the movie?
It was, I think, one of the first cuts of the movie.
Yeah.
First, like, full cuts.
Oh, that video
So you
is
get the
so
full,
weird.
You get generally the emotional pull and stuff. And for anyone who hasn't seen it, I mean, we love Vin Diesel. We're not trying to rip on him and stuff. And he's clearly like in a position in a Marvel movie where he can't say what's going on, but he does film his reaction, and it's awesome because he's just sitting there with the phone going, "Oh man, you guys, it's I just finished, you guys, the first cut of Guardians 2, or maybe the first one, I don't remember, Guardians 2.3, and it was, you guys, oh my god, you guys, you just have to, you guys are gonna love it. I loved it. James Gunn is sitting here. It's just awkward. James Gunn. Oh, guys, yes. And it goes on for way too long. Vin, I love you, brother, but cut it down. I respect you as an actor. I respect you putting out a positive opinion, but you gotta get to the chase, dude. You got to.
Well, that was the best. Every time he was about to get to the chase, he would just go, "Oh man!" Okay.
Yeah.
That's the thing about, because he's been in Fast and Furious movies for so long. It's all about the chase, you know. Yeah, it's
Quarter
all
mile
about
at a time.
Out of
It's a
time.
quarter mile at a time. Wasn't there a part in that little thing where he was all like, "Oh man, you can't explain it into words," and then but he keeps on going.
keeps trying to explain it
He tries.
into
He tries
words.
to do
He
it.
walked himself into it. He knew what he was in for.
Dude, I think Vin Diesel probably cares more about acting than most actors in
He
Hollywood.
cares a bit too much.
He's very passionate.
No, he is
Super
He
passionate
is.
guy.
Passionate.
He is.
He's super grateful, from what I understand too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially with the Fast franchise. Because he had to him and Paul Walker had to they came together post kind of all of them come out, and they're like, I bet we get this to a 10-movie franchise. But then they went with Universal, but they have to convince a big movie studio to be like, hey, we want this to be a 10-movie franchise.
Yeah.
And we think we can do it, and we can have characters that are diverse, characters that care, and there's heart in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And Universal's like, yeah, fucking do it.
And you know what? And they're fucking doing it too.
They're doing it. They're
good,
nine.
too.
Those
Nine
movies
comes
are
out.
so good. I
Nine
can't
should have been
wait.
out,
Nine should
and
have
it comes
been
out next April,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, something
Yeah.
like that.
Well, I mean, whenever it comes out, that movie is basically done. So it will come out. It's not like it's not happening or something.
Yeah, but how quick is 10 on the horizon?
After that.
Depending on if they do a Hobbs and Shaw 2, which I could see them doing.
They're gonna do a Hobbs and Shaw.
Do a Hobbs and
I can
Shaw
almost
2 to
guarantee
tie
it.
it. I didn't. Oh, we'll talk about that later. Hobbs and Shaw 1 was lukewarm for me. I was disappointed.
No, it was Luke Hobbs for you.
You're right.
That's right.
But do Hobbs and Shaw 2, because I just imagine they're gonna milk it. And Vin's kind of cool with them milking it, I've heard. He's like, I'm grateful for them giving us the opportunity to do it, period. Then I will let them do whatever they want with it, basically.
It's definitely
Isn't
way more
Tyrese mad
workable.
about it?
Tyrese has no hold on the franchise. No. I love his character, but
Tyrese is mad about everything, man. Like he's
He's an angry guy.
yeah. There.
Hey, Tyrese. What the fuck, man? Stop trying to steal my job.
The fuck?
I know you're trying to get in on the Is for Fun podcast, but
Yeah. And
I am
honestly,
the designate angry guy here.
just
You can.
Sam doesn't know, but we got your resume. We'll let you know in a few days.
Tyrese, I gladly hand out my role to you, and I wish you luck on this endeavor, this adventure that you're gonna have with these backstabbing fucks.
I was definitely gonna go back to what we were talking about. Completely forgot.
Vin Diesel being cool with Hobbs and Shaw.
Oh, they're gonna do Hobbs and Shaw 2 and then tie that into Fast 10, I think.
Oh yeah, probably.
Because hey, The Rock,
Idris will
the
probably
Rock
show
made
up.
a comment on Instagram.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that in Fast 9, John Cena is going to become a good guy, and then in Hobbs and Shaw 2, Idris Elba is going to become a good guy, and then in Fast 10, Charlize Theron's still going to be the bad guy?
Charlize is still gonna be the bad guy.
Well, she's the bad guy in 9 still, right?
Because she's the most badass of
Oh, absolutely.
everyone in the cast.
Absolutely.
Honestly, like she's more badass than
She's
The
got
Rock.
the biggest
Honestly,
dick than she's got a
she
bigger
does.
dick than anyone else in those movies.
She's the perfect bad guy of
Yeah.
all time.
Yeah.
Remind me
It's
go
awesome.
back to Charlize because I want to talk about some other movies I watched this week. But yes, she is still the bad guy. She's in number 8, and I believe she kind of like disappears behind behind the scenes.
They stop her, but don't like take her down.
yeah,
right?
they stop her, but they don't end her. Yeah.
Ugh, man, that was so good.
Yeah.
It was a good time. It was a
was
good
a good
It's
time.
good.
It's a really.
Yeah, Bobby and I went
solid-
back and watched
It's
it
a
again.
rompin' raven,
Yeah.
heck of a time.
For anyone who hasn't seen Fast and Furious, it's
What are you doing?
It's a dumb time, but it's a fun time.
Yeah.
And there
Kind of like this podcast.
there is actually
for
a
them.
level of heart and character to the characters that it does keep you enticed. It's not just watching shitty actors be in a dumb action movie. They're actually good to
and there's like
great actors.
there's like
just having a good
arcs
time.
too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Like
there's
characters have arcs.
there's a
in
lot of
movies.
layers.
It's like
Yeah.
and you gotta throw every physics
Oh.
equation out of your brain. You gotta throw every sense of realism out and then just enjoy the ride.
Yeah.
Fast and Furious is kind of the perfect action franchise.
Sure,
Because
one
it's
of them.
like, it does everything enough, but not too much. But it still maintains like really like off the wall, like crazy,
Well, I guess it
otherworldly action. But it's like, it's got heart. It's got like the
Family.
familial elements that kind of like get you invested. It's got like enough continuity to kind of like,
Worship.
oh yeah, this is when this character came in. Worship, yeah. There's a lot of like weirdly religious themes in it.
enough. I'm your long lost brother. Cards thrown in.
Yeah, it's
soap opera
it's just
at
kind
this
of like
point.
it's the perfect culmination of every action movie stereotype that doesn't do any of that to the point where it's cringeworthy.
Mm-hmm.
Did that make any sense? I don't know.
I will throw a bone into your. What? That's
A
the
wrench.
expression. I'll throw a wrench and a bone.
You're gonna throw
into
a
your
wrench in a
parade.
bone, dude?
Ugh. That's kinda
In the sense of a
hot. Why is
perfect.
that?
Tone it
Oh,
down.
never mind. You said action franchise. See, I was thinking action movie in the sense that I like a lot more grounded action. Something more like a John Wick vibe, where you can like see everything, and the movements are faster, and it's not all just CGI monsters like a superhero movie.
I'm talking about like stereotypical action franchise.
Sure, man. Yeah, then
Like,
I give you that. Yeah,
Everyone has big muscles and
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
kind of that kind
yeah.
of
Like
action.
if like Rambo and Terminator and all those '80s action movies were thrown into a franchise, kind of.
Yeah.
And set in like modern day with like better graphics.
Speaking
and
of
stuff.
not awesome franchises, Fabio and I watched Rambo: Last Blood. Did we already talk about that on the cast?
I don't think
Past
in
episode?
full.
I don't remember.
I don't think so.
Last Blood's
Yeah.
the one where he's like in his farmhouse and he was like,
Yeah, it's the last one. It's the last Rambo movie.
that is not the last Rambo movie.
No, it ends.
When did you guys
basically.
watch this recently? Or
No, it was a while ago.
I was gonna say you
This is
guys
like
told me
a few
that you
months
walked
ago.
about it,
Yeah,
or
this
you
is
told me that you watched
Closer
it.
to March. So
Stallone, but like
they did it too late.
man,
They
Yeah.
did Rambo too late.
they did the comeback of Rambo too late, like back in 06 or whatever.
Yeah, I was gonna say they did one in
Whatever.
06
Yeah.
and
Dude, Rambo
Something like
4
that.
is fucking nuts.
Yeah,
There's
he goes back to
a
Vietnam.
30-minute sequence where he's just mowing guys down with a fucking like mounted minigun, and holy hell, Rambo, my God, how many men did you kill that day?
so many.
Holy shit.
I ended up watching a clip from UHF. UHF, they did the Twinkie hot dog. If you haven't seen it, go watch Nosh City 2 Twinkie dog.
Sick plug.
I ended up watching a
Shameless.
bit. Yeah. I ended up way to make it not sick, guys. Thanks.
No, I kind of don't want to choose you now.
Well, too bad.
I'll do it.
I mean, you did it.
He's right, dude.
I just wanted to keep shitting on you a little bit.
And I ended up watching a bit of it, and Weird Al like does a little parody of Rambo in it, and like there's a part to where he's saving some dude, and they go to a helicopter, and a helicopter is just like there, and he goes to a toll and pays the dude like $20 because like it's so convenient that a helicopter is there. And then he goes over, and like this dude is like shooting at him, but like no bullets around him. He's not getting hit, and like the dude is just like shooting like and he just stares the dude down. And he's like. And then he looks over and finds a machine gun and just starts mowing down like billions of dudes, just like like just accurate.
Weird Al
just
as
so
Rambo.
yeah, just so accurate, just shooting dudes.
That's awesome.
And then there was another dude that was shooting at him, and he like looked at him again. He was like, oh, all intense, and he was walking up closer, and the dude was like shooting at him, and still no bullets anywhere, no even like ricochets, no like phew, 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 pra, 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 or whatever. He was just walking closer, and the dude was just like and then he was just walking closer, and then he was like, he ended up like pulling out a bow and arrow, and then like very slowly just cocking it back, and then it does like a wide shot. And he's like as close as you are to me, and the dude is just shooting and not hitting him. And then he goes, oh, and then shoots it, and then the dude explodes.
Whoa!
It was awesome. It was so funny. It was really funny. It was so good.
That's awesome. I have not seen enough of Weird Al's work outside of his music parodies.
Has he done a lot of like movies?
Well, I keep. Movies.
He had a show. Did he
really?
Yeah.
Huh.
And then he had like an internet show to where I was telling you a little bit about it, to where he would get interviews that were already made, like of celebrities, and then he would edit the videos and ask questions to pre-recorded answers. So he would just make like weird interviews.
Oh, okay.
So he'd be like, hey, you want to, smell my toes or whatever? And like Snoop Dogg would be like, yeah, man, sure. Or whatever. And then he'd be like, that's weird. Why would you? Just shit like that.
That's such a good idea.
That is a really good idea. Yeah.
But yeah. He's a good time. Mm-hmm. He's a funny dude.
Yeah.
He's a funny dude.
So I watched some movies this week. I've been on a movie kick. I watched a couple movies on Netflix exclusive movies. We talked about Charlize, so I'll talk about that one. But I finally saw The Old Guard.
Oh.
Did you know that one, Sam?
I've seen it floating around there. I haven't seen it. I don't know much about it either. I know it's a thing. But
based
that's
off a comic book, but it's basically Charlize is possing around with these guys, and they're all from different time periods, and they all for some reason can't die. So every time they die, before they like go beyond the light, they like Wolverine heal factor regeneration, and they come back to life. And so like Charlize's character, spoiler, they're probably gonna spoil this. So if you guys haven't seen it, then skip somewhere later, or just pause and watch it and then come back. But yeah, she's from like, she doesn't even say how old she is, and she's like from like Viking era old.
Nice.
Oh,
and then
shit.
Two guys are from the Crusades. And it's funny because they're gay, but they were on different sides of the Crusades, and they killed each other multiple times and then fell in love.
That's kind of sweet. I like that.
And then some guys from
romantic.
I think some guys from a World War, I don't know. And then in the premise of the movie, some girl fighting in Iraq ends up. When they die, they get dreams about each other, and they go find each other. It's kind of like some of the overarching lore and stuff. So they see a girl she gets fucking knifed in the throat in Afghanistan.
Jesus.
And she ends up becoming one of them and joining up with them, kind of thing.
So it's not like government experiments on these people. Like it's like
No, it's
type.
It's some
Shit.
supernatural cause that is unexplained that they don't know about.
You don't find out either.
No.
Oh,
Well,
okay. What do they?
Spoilers! They set it up for a sequel, and I don't know if they'll do it.
What is like?
But it was kind of cool.
The old guard. What are they? Are they like soldiers? Are they like a special government group of?
So
what do they do?
Okay. The new character, she asked the questions: "Are you the good guys?" And their response, excuse me, depends on the time period. And so basically, they posse up together, and they're like vigilantes, and they're like if a government will pay us, or we see like something happening, we'll go intervene and try to make it better. And they just go kill people. And it's awesome because they fucking have like rifles, like modern rifles and shit. And then like Charlize Theron, she carries around like a fucking battle axe.
Nice.
And so she'll just like shoot people until she gets pissed off and then whip out this battle axe and just start fucking murdering people. And it's kind of awesome. It was a good time.
Dude, Charlize, just keep doing everything that you're doing.
And anytime you want to come onto the cast, just
Please.
come over.
We could learn so many things from you, like how to be actually cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And all the actors seemed pretty unknown that were in the posse. I don't know. Charlize was one of the big names, and then there was another guy that was also a big name. Or bigger name. Not as big as hers. But, yeah, it was a good time. I would recommend it.
Cool.
But it's not like a 10 out of 10 action movie. It was like a good 7.5 out of 10.
I heard it was pretty medium.
Yeah, it's pretty medium. But I want them to do another one now that there's something that happens with a character that I want to tell you guys about too, and I won't spoil it.
All right. Okay.
Fair enough.
All right.
Did you watch anything else yet?
Respect.
Yeah, I watched another movie. It was called Project Power. Have you guys heard of
That's
it?
the one with
I watched
Jamie
superpower
Foxx?
movies this week.
Jamie Foxx?
Yeah, Jamie Foxx and Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Oh, cool. I didn't know he was in it.
I think there's a couple other faces in there, but those are the bigger faces and stuff. And the premise of this movie was that all of a sudden there is a pill released in, I think it was Atlanta. We'll say Atlanta, sure, why not? There's a pill released in Atlanta, and if you take it, you get superpowers. Or you explode.
Oh.
Machine Gun Kelly's in it.
Yeah.
He's getting into acting, I guess. I've seen him in like multiple movies now. Yeah. And so they take a pill to get superpowers. And there's more layers. I could go into it if you guys don't care about spoilers.
Yeah, sure.
So it like ends up evil corporation makes the pills and wants to test them on actual people by selling them as drugs kind of thing. And then end up perfecting it so they can make like militarized super soldiers. And Jamie Foxx's character he was on like one of the first tests for that because he was part of like a special ops soldier group. He gets the super soldier serum and he's like, oh fuck, like I killed a bunch of people with it when I first used it and I haven't taken it again, kind of. And he ends up having a daughter, but she gets like imbued with some of it naturally, so she has powers without taking the pill. And so the government has her, or sorry, not the government, but the evil organization has her and is making pills using her blood kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
Shit.
And so there's two other characters. There's one girl that's a drug dealer, and she's selling it. But she gets tied up with him because he's trying to hunt down he's trying to find who's on the top to take down the drug ring.
Infiltrate the dealer, find the supply.
Yeah. But then Joseph Gordon-Levitt...
Find Jamie Foxx's daughter.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt...
Save Jamie Foxx's daughter.
JGL's character is, he's a cop. But then the cops all of a sudden have to dealing with all these street people, or normal people, any people, with superpowers. So they're off. The cops are way underpowered. So he starts buying drugs from the main chick and taking them to get equal ground with the criminals.
I really like that as a concept.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
That it's like superpowers are like a street level like narcotic.
Yeah.
It's kind of
and you can OD on them.
and then you explode.
Yeah, or something. Sometimes people take it and they just explode immediately. Like their body can't handle it. But it's also kind of interesting because, I mean, they end up not really, but the basis for the pills is that they took animal DNA. Like they explain, like, oh, if like you cut a gecko's tail off, tail regrows and stuff. So that's like the basis for all the powers. And there's like a lot of thermal body regulation which animals can do to just make them seem colder or warmer. But then when you give it to a human in pill form, they get ice or fire powers, kind of thing.
Nice. All right.
So there's like this sci-fi basis to it. But it was kind of cool. That was also just kind of a medium action movie. But I mean, if you guys are bored, I would.
That's cool. I really like the base concept of both those movies.
I mean, I'd almost see anything that Jamie Foxx is in.
Oh, Jamie Foxx is so good. Jamie Foxx, keep it up, man. Also, we can add another chair. Charlize might come. You never know.
Yeah.
It's gonna be awesome, Jamie.
He's not gonna be here. Tyrese is gonna be in the spot. What? Sorry.
You mean new Sam? Sam 2.0.
No, you're old Tyrese.
I'm old Tyrese. Nice. Yeah, you're right. Do you guys want to talk about Black Adam? I mean, we were talking about that a little bit.
Yeah, we were talking about Black Adam. They just cast Hawkman. I do not remember his name.
Hawkman.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Go keep talking. It is Aldous Hodge. I don't know if he's been in anything, so I'm excited to see if he is cool.
I kind of hope he's a new guy, or even if he's like not new. I hope he like hasn't been in very much stuff, and this kind of, if he's a good actor. I don't know. I always hope for like
Giving him a chance.
New faces, getting in like big blockbuster stuff, so they can kind of get exposure.
But we were talking about it because of the whole Egypt theme, because they're doing Black Adam, who's a supervillain played by The Rock. The Rock. It's probably gonna have to be a one-on-one because you're so goddamn big and our set is so goddamn small. So I'll interview you for the podcast. It'll work. It'll be fun.
No, Tyrese.
We'll have such a good time. We'll try his new tequila and stuff.
When are we gonna do that?
Yeah, we just bought it. We haven't tried it yet.
Do we want to do that on the cast?
You guys want to do that?
Do we want to like get our like face first reaction on the cast for the Rock's tequila?
Well,
you talk about what you're talking about. I'll go get something set up.
No. Let's save it for the end. Let's save it for the end. Anywho, The Rock starring Black Adam. Black Adam starring The Rock. And they're doing, because it's a past superhero movie, so Batman and Superman aren't really a thing yet. So they're gonna do Justice Society of America, which, correct me if I'm wrong, Sam, because you know this comic book shit better than I do. But they're like the superheroes that are the predecessors for the Justice League.
Yeah. So like when there was like the golden age of comics, which was like the 40s and 50s, I think, when comics were just kind of starting to become a big thing and superheroes were kind of becoming the big thing. They made like versions of like the Flash, like that's when the Jay Garrick's The Flash was the thing, and like Alan Scott's Green Lantern, who was like a magic-based character, not like a space cop. It was basically the first iterations of a lot of these characters. They became the Justice Society, which is like the first iteration of the Justice League. I think Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman were all part of that team, but they were so successful that they mostly did solo adventures, and the Justice Society were just kind of the other peripheral members with like Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman would like show up every now and again and like do like the big team events, but
we're talking real old school.
Yeah, they were like the first Justice League, and then when those comics didn't start selling as much, then I think it was due to sales, but I think DC also just kind of wanted to revamp. But like a few decades later, like I think in the 60s was like the Silver Age. That's when they introduced like Barry Allen, and in his continuity, he's the Flash. But the reason why he calls himself that is because he looked up to Jay Garrick, the original Flash, when he was growing up. And now in like modern comics, Jay Garrick's like this gray, older Flash, but he like used to exist, and like the Justice Society was like the first superhero team in like DC continuity, but they're all old now. But there's a lot of cool characters in the Justice Society, like the Spectre was a Justice Society member.
The Spectre! I love the Spectre. Because he is so stupidly intertwined with the universe that he can do whatever the fuck he wants. And he's just a green ghost man. If you want to describe what he looks like. He's a Spectre.
He's a pale guy with a green cloak. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
But he's so it's like I don't know if he's always been that, probably not always been that way, but he's so existential and out there now that he can do whatever the fuck he wants. He just watches reality happen in probably multiple dimensions and Earths and universes, and he like intervenes when like shit is going very, very wrong.
He's like,
which is all the time in comic books.
Yeah. I'm not super sure about the Spectre in the comics. I don't know a whole lot about him, but I think it's basically like, here's God and here's the Spectre. He's like just under.
Pretty much.
Because I think he's like the vengeful right hand of God or whatever the fuck, but he's...
Yeah. You're getting real spiritual on that shit. They could make a religion off that character, basically.
Yeah. The Spectre is probably one of DC's most powerful. Because it's like, whenever they do like their big like crisis crossover events, they're like, well, let's send Superman after him. Superman dies or gets beat up or whatever. It's like, oh fuck, well now what do we do? It's like, okay, we'll send everybody. We'll get all the superheroes and villains together and we'll go fight the bad guy. And then the bad guy kicks their ass. It's like, oh fuck. Well,
do you like how that's their plan B? DC is pretty vanilla when they just like, Superman, you go get him. You're real strong. You're way stronger. If you're a little weak in your backlog, we'll just make you a little stronger in this comic book to even you out and stuff. But then when he dies, he's like, that didn't work. Who else we got? Everybody else. All right, we'll send them.
Why don't they just do that first?
Send everybody else.
Send them with Superman. No, but
we got everybody else. Yeah, send that character. No, that's not a character. I'm saying everybody else. Yeah, that's good too. Yeah.
But dude, when that inevitably fails, because it always does, they'll like be like, oh shit, well we got to get the other guy. And then it's like all of a sudden they're wearing like parkas and they're like hiking through this like mountain to like, and there's this like smoke on the horizon, and they go and they find this wooden cabin and they knock on the door and they're like, it's like, hey, it's all the other guys. Hey, we're here. We need your help. We know you're retired, but we need your help. And then like an old like grizzled gray dude in a fucking green hoodie walks out. He's like, I retired years ago. You know I don't do that shit no more. Like, come on, Spectre, we need you, man. This guy's like, you know that last guy you fought? That guy was like bad, but this guy's like, oh, this guy's bad. It's like, God damn it, Colonel. You've talked me into it. One last job, one last ride. And that's basically whenever the Spectre comes in. It's like, oh, we're fucked. Oh, we're super fucked. Let's get Spectre. Let's get him. He'll do everything for us.
How do they write his accent change on paper? Because your accent changed a little bit. It was a joke.
Is that what it was?
No, but anywho, the Spectre's awesome. Oh. Spectre's fucking great.
So Justice Society has like a bunch of cool characters. And like Hawkman, he's an original like Justice Society guy. I think they also cast...
Hawkman? That's what I was going to ask. Is Hawkman actually...
A lot of the original... A lot of the original characters are like Justice Society crossovers. And like, they rebooted like Green Lantern and Flash and all those guys.
But they've take it for comics for retconning everything.
Oh God, it's so confusing.
Fit what works and what they want to do new and all that jazz.
But I believe they also cast another guy, Atom Smasher, who was I don't know what his powers is. I've never looked into him, but I think he just like gets really big.
Atoms.
Yeah. I think he just gets really big and he's like super strong. I don't know, but he's a Justice Society guy, and I think he's also cast for Black Adam movie. And I've heard rumors that they're trying to cast like Dr. Fate, who is also like an Egypt-based. There's so many Egypt-based
he uses
guys.
the Ankh symbol, which is, oh man, that is actually Egypt-based, right?
Yeah,
it's not some bullshit like Egyptian Hollywood remake stereotype that we've all accepted as normal.
I think that's like an Egyptian like religious symbol.
All right,
it's I think it's an Egyptian thing. Yeah, look it up. It might be like before that. It might be like Byzantinian or some shit. I don't know.
The Byzantine.
Ankh is the key of life, ancient Egyptian hieroglyphic symbol.
Yeah.
That is what Wikipedia says. But anyway, so he uses that symbol.
But
since Black Adam is, he's just Egypt King, the villain, right?
Yeah,
basically.
It's like a fictional country, but it's basically just Egypt. They have pyramids and sand there. Okay. It's Egypt.
I can't wait for this movie because I have a gut feeling that this is going to be a good movie.
Do you?
And The Rock should just stick to Egypt-based movies because they're all good. The Scorpion King. This one is going to be good. You know.
Well, you heard it here first.
Dude, Fabio.
Sorry you did.
Do you guys think in this movie, in Black Adam, when it comes out, we'll finally see that guy come back down to Earth that the Scorpion King shot in the first scene of that movie?
Only.
Fucking shot into
If only.
space.
That is a nut scene. Whoever's listening or viewing or whatever, watch all of Scorpion King, but watch just the first opening sequence. Because The Rock literally takes a bow and arrow and shoots at a guy and sends the man, and what is this, like a 2-story building? Sends the man through the roof and just basically into outer space.
Yeah.
You don't see the man come down.
There's no like,
see the man
there's
the
no
movie.
arc. He's just going straight up.
Yeah, it does like an outer shot, and you see him break through the building, and he just keeps on going.
He doesn't lose any speed either.
Yeah. It's not like he hits it and then kind of like rolls off the roof or anything. No, he's gone. He's off camera. He's off screen.
Do you guys remember that
Sayonara.
99-cent Olivia Wilde in that movie?
Yeah.
Oh, the
And-
love interest?
And the
The leg crossing scene?
yeah.
Where you
Yeah, there's a scene in Scorpion King where you straight on see vulva.
Yeah.
And it's weird because nobody talks about it, but it's there.
It's there. We checked.
we checked.
We
It's
were
for confirmed.
We did a frame by frame analysis.
We actually did though.
And that was there's
Well,
a
we had to
vagina
see-
in the Scorpion King. That's a PG-13 move.
Well, it's definitely one of
Movie.
the, it's definitely one of those it's one of those shameless plugs of let's put the love interest woman in just the most scantily clad. Let's just put her in a fucking bikini.
Yeah.
Just for no reason.
Yeah, the whole movie.
And so they did that, and she definitely does like the leg swing cross sets. I don't remember.
I
she
think
like,
he's like
is
he's
it
like
she goes over
wounded?
his body. Yeah.
He's like wounded and she's trying to like heal him, but she's basically just riding
Yeah,
him.
and the basic thong she has on is definitely slipped off to the side a little bit.
I don't even know if she has a thong on, dude.
Or mesh or something. Something.
Well, whatever her undergarment
Whatever
is,
it is.
it's off. It's off.
whatever
there's
it
nothing
is,
there.
it's not there.
Whatever it was, it is no longer. And you see Volv.
Yeah. And
it's weird because
We caught it. It's PG-13. It needs to be taken out. When that shit goes to Disney Plus, they're gonna fucking blur it out.
they're just gonna
Do they
put
know
that
about
same.
it,
They're
though?
gonna put that hair.
I didn't know about it because we were streaming it.
We were
when
looking.
watching
We
it.
were looking on the internet for like,
No
Is
one
this a
knows
thing?
about
Nobody
this
knew
except
about
for
it.
the three of us.
which is
You heard it
crazy.
here first.
Which is crazy because there's motherfuckers that like, you know who framed Roger Rabbit? Roger Rabbit. That like infamous scene where like
Rabbit?
Jessica Rabbit is like spinning after a car crash, and there's like a frame where you can see like her vagina.
Oh, is there?
And there's like red hair there because she's like a redhead or whatever. Yeah, it's like an infamous scene, and it like slipped through the cracks for this kids movie essentially.
Is it? Oh, it's the cartoon.
Yeah.
That's what you said. Okay.
Yeah.
So they
But-
just drew cartoon pubic hair there.
There's vagina.
Ah. And it's just a frame.
It's like literally just a frame.
Ah. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You should.
But anyways, like people analyzed that movie and found that. No one's talking about Scorpion King though, and the
Yeah. No one's talking about.
I mean, you
Scorpion
basically
King.
just see,
for
skin.
other reasons besides the vulve,
Oh,
but
how dare you?
I mean, you're basically just seeing like upper pelvis skin, lower pelvis.
you see the
I don't think.
what's the correct term?
There's
There's a separation.
It's not like she's spread eagle presenting
No, no,
everything
no.
downstairs.
no, but there's definitely like
You see the front of a vagina.
yeah.
In that movie.
you see
You
a
see
front
frontal.
of a yeah.
I don't know. It's so quick though. It's like that stuff. Do you think there's that one guy that's like, well, that's in there, but I'm gonna leave it in there? You think there's some pervert jackass in Hollywood?
Well, some
Oh,
pervert
well,
jackass
There's
put
a lot of
Oh, yeah, I can
jackasses in
fucking-
Hollywood.
yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, that checks out. It was Scorpion King big? Was that big enough? That
I
Frame
mean,
Roger Rabbit has a huge following, so someone would analyze it frame by frame for that kind of stuff.
Scorpion King is like
it was an off of The Mummy. Of,
Yeah.
The
Brendan
Mummy was
Fraser's.
pretty huge.
It was a big of his time.
that's a good movie.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
I used to
Probably
say
not as big as Roger Rabbit, but it's got like at least a cult following. I don't
I
know.
would say so. If not, it definitely should. It's a good movie. It's a
It's fun. It's a really
a
fun
good
movie.
ride.
Yeah.
It's a good ride. And not just because there's vagina in it. It's actually a good movie. It's fun.
Yeah, it's one of those 2000s action movies that It's just a ride. You just go on.
Yeah.
It's like Fast and Furious. Full loop, full
Good
circle.
time, yeah.
Listen to Vin Diesel's new single.
My coworker was talking to me, and she showed me a picture of her friend's new puppy, and she's like, "Hey, I need to."
Puppy.
I need it. Were you thinking of her friend's new vulva?
Friend's new vagina.
Get
I
out
knew
of here.
you were gonna say it, but
Gut her mind. No, but she showed me this puppy. Real cute puppy, by the way.
Nice.
But she was like, I need a name for this puppy. And I was like, Balthazar.
Nice.
And she shot that down
Oh,
immediately.
no.
Come on, Balth. Czar.
Villain in Scorpion King, right?
No,
That's
it's Michael Clark Duncan's
Yeah,
character.
he becomes the,
He's a
the
homie.
friend. Yeah.
Oh, he
Balthazar?
does. I forgot Michael Clark Duncan was. I forgot that whole sequence.
They do
I
that
just
whole
remembered
thing
all
where
at
it's
once.
like
It was awesome.
testosterone fueled, like, I'm the manliest guy here. No, I'm the manliest guy here. And then they fight for a little bit, and then it's like, respect, brother.
Yeah.
And
They
then
found
they're
out
friends.
that the manliest thing was friendship. It's in their heart the whole time.
The biggest muscle is the heart.
Should get that checked out if that's the case.
How much bigger is Michael Clark Duncan to The Rock?
He was huge.
Michael
He
Clark
was
Duncan is
humongous.
Because The
big.
Rock is huge because he's built like a shipwreck house.
Yeah.
He's got no fat on him, but he's huge. But Michael Clark Duncan was just built. He's just big.
Michael Clark Duncan was just naturally fucking huge.
Yeah.
He was a wall.
Yeah. God.
It was awesome. It was awesome.
The Green Mile is so good. Holy shit.
Yeah, I was just about to throw that in
He
there.
died 8 years ago. He is 6'5". He is taller than The Rock.
Was. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Wait, did you not know that he passed away?
No, I just miss him every day, dude.
Oh man, he was such a good. I say what you will, the movie was terrible, awful movie, but he was the greatest thing about that Daredevil movie as Kingpin.
He was. He did it. Yeah. He's an
God, he's
intimidating
scary.
guy, but he's also such a sweetie.
He's a sweetheart. He's a good guy. In fucking
I wanted to see him. He died too young. I wanted to see him in more things.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, in that Will Ferrell movie, the Talladega Nights.
Oh, I was
Is
thinking
he
Colin
in- is he
Farrell,
in
and I was
that?
like, oh, you're still
Yeah.
talking about Daredevil.
Oh shit.
No, yeah, he's don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
Yeah.
That's him.
Don't put that evil on me, Rick.
That's
Bobby.
him.
That's him.
It's been a long. I don't think I've seen that movie since it like first went to like DVD because I didn't see it in theaters. So it's been a minute. It's
a good
been
movie.
long minute.
I'm just gonna flat out say this. Every movie that I've seen with Michael Clark Duncan, apart from Daredevil, has been a good time.
Well, him in it.
Him
is a
in
good
it
time.
was a good
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
He was an awesome
God,
actor.
Daredevil
was such a-
He was a good actor.
Garbage movie.
Yeah.
Garbage movie, great
Apparently,
show.
there's a director's cut of Daredevil that is apparently makes it so
No.
much more
Sure.
bearable.
No,
sure.
okay,
I'm sure.
okay.
I didn't say good. I said makes it bearable.
No. Everybody out there, little sausages, the internet as a whole, we need to stop this whole, there's a better version of this movie out there somewhere.
Stop that narrative.
There's
Get it
not.
outta here.
There's not. There's so many ideas that get cut on the cutting room floor. And yeah, maybe those could be Frankensteined into like a scrambled egg mess of a better movie than what actually comes out. It's not like it's sitting in a fucking film reel somewhere waiting for the thirsty movie-going audiences to get the movie that they were cheated so heinously out of.
Cheated.
Stop. It's okay. Movies can be bad. We'll always just get a reboot in like 3.5 years anyways.
But they did actually come with a director's cut of Daredevil, though. So everything you said was objectively wrong.
No, but all the original movie is still in there, and all of the original movie is bad.
Yeah.
That doesn't make it's not a bad movie with a few good deleted scenes doesn't make it a good movie.
It helps sometimes.
It does. Yeah, I say that, but Batman v Superman was a lot better. But that movie was just filled with plot holes. But was Daredevil filled with plot holes? I think Daredevil was pretty like black and white.
No, but like the love interest is so shoehorned in there, and apparently that's way better fleshed out with just added extra scenes. And I think that kind of can make or break. If you can like save a relationship between two characters in any not they don't have to be fucking or anything, but like if you can make a friendship seem more real with extra scenes, then you should not get rid of those extra scenes because otherwise they're just friends for no reason. You know?
Yeah, but
I
I,
guess,
mean,
yeah.
to your point though, like,
I mean, it doesn't
I
save.
mean, all in all, it's still a bad movie, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I guess, yeah.
I don't know. Like, for me, it's just like there's not every movie doesn't have like a a subversion of that movie that's just better. Like, people are talking about, like, the Raimi cut of Spider-Man 3. That never happened. The guy had ideas, but the studio was like, fuck you, Sam Raimi.
That didn't happen. It's
different. People would say that about every movie now.
Yeah, well, people are dumb and jump on trains and stuff.
People just don't know how movie making works. Sorry.
There is a weird balance between director and studio, a relationship that has to be... Studio's like, we're going to give you funding, but you have to make us money. And the director could be like, I want to make my vision. And the studio's like, well, we can't have you make your vision because it's too expensive and it's going to take too much time, and then we lose money on your vision. Even though
or they think the vision is too radical that people won't like it and won't give them money.
That's also true. They also have that say in it. So you get this weird happening where you can't get a director to create what he envisioned in his art. And sometimes it could be better for that. Sometimes the studio would probably be like, hey, we're going to rein you in a little bit and make this a little bit more audience friendly and make it so it's actually like a good product. But then you always get the thing of like, yeah, but that can always go too far. That's the flip side of that coin. Is it can always go too far. And instead of letting the director make his vision, then you just end up taking enough of his vision to make blockbuster garbage.
Part of me doesn't understand a lot of the studios intervening on superhero movies, though. If there was a movie that comes out and the guy or gal or person in that movie is wearing tight spandex, has a cape, and big biceps, that movie's going to make $1 billion. It doesn't matter what character they are. If it's a superhero movie, those are so popular nowadays that they're guaranteed going to make a fuck ton of money. So I don't get studio intervention so much nowadays. Because it's like Batman v Superman was happening. Like, this is the first movie that two of the most iconic characters of all time are going to be in it. Like, that's... All you have to say is, this is what this movie is. It's Batman and Superman in a movie together. That's going to make $1 billion. Like, you don't have to say anything more than that. But the studio was like, no, I'll put Doomsday in it. I don't know, man. It's just... I don't know. For me, it's just like... I think there's either too much or too little faith put in people. Because there's too much faith being like, oh, they're going to want something different. But there's too little faith thinking they're going to not go see a superhero movie. Because everyone watches them. They're so popular.
Yeah. Yeah. I think there's also, like, just so much excitement around it that, like, so much can be lost in translation, like, while making it. Like, what is the purpose of this movie and the characters in the movie and the context of those characters from the comic book to the movie and how it might change when it becomes like a real person on screen or whatever. There's just so much that's going on, especially when they're like expecting billions of dollars. Like,
that's true.
Like,
yeah.
we're expecting billions of dollars. We better have our fucking say in what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
especially when they're investing millions of dollars, so you can hopefully make them billions of dollars. And like, movies go down like the fucking tank. Like, movies suck. Like the Fantastic Four movie, as far as I know, there wasn't a lot of studio input. Maybe, I mean, you'll never know because you don't work behind the scenes. But like, he still made a hot garbage movie.
Yeah, but that movie still made a shitload of money.
Did it?
Probably.
Not as much as it could have, though. Maybe.
Probably not. Yeah. I don't know. For me, it's just like, I don't know. I think there's something to be said about, because it's very easy for like a director has a vision, right? Like, they know how they want their movie to go, and they know like what they want things to look like, what they want to feel like, what these shots are going to be, and that can be bad, sure. But like, if you get a studio's or any outside producer, like any of their say going into it, it can just kind of start turning into this like mishmash quilt of just like, you can kind of start to see the lines and be like, oh, that scene probably wasn't meant to be there. Or it's like, oh, that was kind of a weird thing to have based on the rest of the context of this movie and doesn't feel like it belongs just because someone kind of wanted to shoehorn that in there. I don't know. For me, it's just like, there's a lot of potential for it to damage movies. But it's understandable that it's there, though, because, yeah, it's a big deal to invest hundreds of millions of dollars into this thing that needs to make you more money than you put in, and it's a lot of money. So, I don't know.
But as you were saying, I mean, when you were saying before, I think we should give directors more power.
Yeah.
Over their art and releasing, especially in like superhero movies. I think we should. Like, Marvel's in a weird position where they have to connect everything, so they have to like rein in some of the stories and some of the characters and stuff. But I think if they're willing to, so they have to put directors in boxes and story writers in boxes. But if they let them go crazier with like how they work within that box, like I think they should do it. And you always hear things online about, or you can't. It's mostly with the superhero genre about studios intervening and changing things. And God, I have no idea where I want to go at this point. I mean, ultimately, like you need to let artists be artists sometimes, and giving them like a timeline is okay, and giving them certain budget restrictions and stuff.
Well, you gotta have that stuff.
You gotta have some level
or
of
else
control.
You're just gonna be losing money.
I guess they just need to nail the balance down. I would assume they'd have the balance down, but like,
I mean, sometimes it shines through. Like sometimes, I'm sure it definitely feels like it's a project by project type thing, and like how much the director is willing to give to the studios. And then the studios are like, oh, this is a cool dude. Let's give him some more, or her some more rope to play with or whatever. I'm sure it works both ways. I mean, to some degree.
Yeah, but
look at Joker. Like that movie is way different than anything you're ever going to see in the superhero genre. Granted, also pretty low budget compared to a lot of other superhero movies, but like that movie made a shitload. Yeah. Sure, reviews were mixed, but like the cash came in.
I mean, it's the fucking Joker though.
Like, well, that's the thing. He has that clout.
Yeah, sell it with the name.
It's like all you have to say is Joker. It's like, oh, people are gonna go see that. Yeah, the green haired guy. I like that dude.
It's associated with Batman. Like one of the 3 top dogs of all time. He's one of the, like, he's probably the most well known villain.
Yeah, probably.
Probably, yeah.
Top 3.
Him, like Lex Luthor, and then
and
Magneto? No, Thanos probably now.
Thanos probably now, yeah.
Thanos and Loki's an off anti-hero, sometimes villain. But
well, actually.
But well, I mean, the way they portray him in the movies. In the comic book / games, Loki's tends to be a lot more evil.
Mm. But yeah, that is something to your point, is like all you need is the name or whatever.
Well, I guess ultimately it would be nice if that was all you needed.
Yeah.
But studios do need reassurance and to,
I think that is all you need, though.
I think part of
I think it's more all that you need than studios tend to think. Yeah. But it again, you got to make a return on your investment, so you need to worry about a lot of moving pieces and different factors. But I think honestly, the clout of certain names, like if they announce like a movie that was just called Wolverine, and it was a Wolverine movie, don't announce the actor, don't release a trailer, that movie's probably going to make like $500 million first month it's out. Easy.
Well, the thing is, though, to sort of disagree with that point is I feel like an actor, if everyone gets behind an actor playing that role and everyone's like, oh, fuck yeah, that person is like meant for that role, I think that like heightens, because the reason why I wanted to see Joker was because Joaquin Phoenix was playing Joker, and then Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man. Like that's a fucking
that's
match made in heaven.
You're right, but that could also go the opposite way, because there's like the Ben Affleck Batman situation where people go, oh, it's gonna no, I hate it, but it ends up being all right, and everybody's like, oh, it was actually all right, which I think honestly.
That's a weird.
Is it better if you like go into a movie being like, oh yeah, I like this guy, he's gonna kill it, or it's like, oh, this guy, not a huge fan, but then you go in and are like pleasantly surprised? Because I think I kind of appreciate that more, being pleasantly surprised as opposed to expectations being met. Because it's like yeah, most people, I don't know, not most people probably, but there's a big chunk of people who thought Ben Affleck as Batman was gonna suck, and I think pretty universally everybody's like, yeah, he did a pretty good job. I don't know. I kind of always appreciate my expectations getting flipped.
It depends on who you talk to about the Ben Affleck Batman.
Well, I mean,
but because people are so attached to people as those roles, those iconic roles. Like,
Yeah.
it's way easier to see in like Batman and Superman because they've been recasted 5-10 times around there, whereas like only Robert Downey Jr. has really been Iron Man. Only like Chris Evans has ever really been Captain America. I mean, they have other people that have played them in like way smaller roles, but to the heightened roles that they are in,
That is kind of weird to think about. Like,
you
how
have
many...
no other comparison.
True. But like in the time span that Iron Man has been a thing, how many different Batmans have we gotten? That's weird to think about, right? We've had like 3 or 4 different Batmans in the time that there's been one Iron Man. Yeah. That's weird.
We've had 3... Oh, almost. I guess Robert Pattinson's not going to really make that timeline.
2. Yeah.
Well, we knew about him for a while. So...
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just kind of interesting.
You get a lot. So you think a director's cut of a movie should never come out?
No, absolutely not. It should
should
never
just
come
leave it
out.
as
I just think it's very much a product of like...
It doesn't necessarily make a bad movie a good movie all of a sudden.
Yeah, and also
I agree with that.
Also, I feel like a bad precedent has kind of been set. And this is not the case for everybody, but just like the times that we're living in with the Snyder Cut being like such a big deal, people are now going to, I don't know, I'm glad that it's coming out. I'm really stoked to see if this makes the Justice League movie any better. I'm very excited. But I don't like the precedent that this sets, because now, is this going to be like a situation where any movie is terrible, people are just going to gripe and bitch and moan and freak out on the internet to the point where they're like, well, shit, now we got to get the crew back together and make a new movie version of this old movie.
With Sonic already, and they did it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, again, that's kind of like another case of that. Like, is it going to be a thing now where we're just going to get new versions of the same movie?
Yeah, I mean...
well, like, that's weird to me.
Actually,
it's weird, and it's also, like, dangerous. I don't like...
It's a loud minority fucking crying about whatever bullshit.
I don't like people bitching and getting what they want. That's not good reinforcement, because then people can just complain and get what they want.
Did you see the Sonic movie though?
Yeah, you're right, and it's a lot better. The design. That's the thing. That's the thing. It's such a weird tug of war.
It's so fascinating if you're into the Justice League stuff. What if that movie theoretically, like we'll put it now 4 to maybe 6 out of 10 if you're a diehard fan and you're really feeling it. 4 to 6 out of 10. What if that ends up being an 8 to 9 out of 10?
That's the thing. It wouldn't have happened if people didn't want it so bad. And that's the flip side about it, is because it's kind of cool that we're getting a second chance at a bad movie, but it's also like, can't a movie just be bad and we just get another different, completely new movie and that one's good? Like, why do we have to reboot the old
I mean, the
stuff?
chance for that movie is like pretty null. You know, like they're sending it out, but it's not like they're restarting, aren't they? Like, it doesn't matter.
I don't.
People aren't really sure, but probably.
I think the DC movies are they're just like, hey, if you want to be in the universe, I mean, take a character, go with it.
There's the people that are gonna, like, who are super diehard, that's gonna look back, like, if that ends up being the case, they're like, just normal people aren't gonna like go back and say, oh, that was a bad version, here, let's watch this good version to keep on watching this franchise. No, they're done with it already. Because why would they? It's fucking 3-4 hours. Why the fuck? Go fuck yourself. I got other things to watch.
I mean, maybe.
Well, yeah, that's the thing.
What if it's really good on HBO, and then by the time like theaters start reopening, they're like, let's do a theatrical release.
I doubt they'll do that.
And they double down on the new, better version. This is the real version you missed out on, and they just release it. Like, if people loved it on HBO, like, let's say it's fucking really good, people loved it on HBO, they'll go see it in theaters again. The studio gets a rerun at movie tickets.
But it's
maybe
it's
half
just,
those movie tickets.
Yeah, it's such a
But I feel like
this is best case scenario.
That is way that goes beyond best case scenario. That's like best case scenario is that it is a good movie. Like, that's best case scenario.
Oh
yeah.
no, I'm expecting.
I hope that is the best case.
I hope it hits 7.5. I mean, I hope it's 10 out of 10. I hope it's that good. But like expectation wise, optimistically hopeful that it'll hit like 7 out of 10.
Dude, like...
And be watchable, a little more cohesive, thematically fits with better pacing. That's all I could ask for. Some of the cooler things that I guess got taken out to make it one shitty villain are going to get adjusted around. So, I don't know. Ultimately, I just hope it pays off that they're giving a director the time to make what more or less what he envisioned the movie to actually be.
Dude, I tell you what, I'm gonna watch the Snyder Cut when it comes out. I'm kind of sick to death of it being a thing and talking about it. I'll talk about it all goddamn day, but part of me is just like, oh god, this has been slow roasting.
I don't know, Sam. Sounds like
since
you're kind of like that it's
2017.
going on.
Here's the thing,
because honestly, we're talking about a lot. This is probably like it's time number 5, maybe 6 that we're talking about it.
I tell you what, though, I want to see the documentary based on this whole thing. Because that's going to be interesting as shit.
That would be
There is
interesting.
so much drama going on right now with like Ray Fisher and like the Joss Whedon accusations and stuff.
I hasn't even fleshed out.
Holy shit, man! There's a lot of
Holy shit.
There's a lot of just like peripheral weirdness, and I want to see someone like analyze like what this means for like future movies going forward, and like if like people can influence in the industry so much to where they can literally just get a new version of the same movie they didn't like earlier. It's super. It's just nothing like this has ever happened, and it's so interesting.
That's a whole like
it's so weird
psychology. I can't think of the other ology.
Astrology.
No, yeah, not that one.
Astrology.
That's a whole human study on
Yeah.
social media and professional like reaction. That's a whole uninstance thing, but just in the movie
I want to see it, man.
Thing in general.
It's so fascinating. It's such a weird situation. But I mean, it's happening.
Paid off for the fans and stuff. I mean, I
hope so. What if it's worse?
That's what Bobby and I were talking about. We're like, what if it's fucking worse?
I don't know
what if
about...
they spent all this time, millions of dollars, they're doing reshoots now. They weren't supposed to. They are doing reshoots, bringing back some of the actors. And what if it ends up being garbage? That sets the precedent backwards. That's like, hey, we redid Sonic the Hedgehog, but now he's just...
Now it's an actual hedgehog.
Yeah, now it's an hedgehog.
It's a hot project hedgehog in here.
We hear you didn't like it, but instead of making it more cartoony what you wanted, we doubled down and made it more real.
Yeah.
Triple down?
Here's the thing.
That doesn't matter.
I will stand by this. I think the Snyder Cut is going to be bad.
Sonic doesn't care.
Whether or not it's better or worse than what we got for Justice League, that doesn't really matter because no matter what happens, you can watch either version of those. Like they both are gonna exist at some point, so whichever one you like more, you can literally just watch it whenever you want, and you don't even have to acknowledge the other one. But I think the Snyder Cut's probably gonna be bad. Despite reshoots and everything, Justice League is still a bad movie, and Justice League is still going to be a big percentage of what is in the Snyder Cut.
But it doesn't matter if it's bad. Because if it's bad and it's his vision, the director, it's Zack Snyder,
he still wins.
Yeah, well, but then don't we just that's more of a win. It's still a win. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
He got to release his vision even though the studio had told him no. The fans have gotten what they asked for. They are going to get his vision. Whether it is garbage or not, they got his vision. They won.
Yeah.
Even though they will say they lost.
Somebody wins no
even
matter
though
what.
They get a shittier version. Theoretically.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
No,
they all better be ready. I'm in it for whatever it is. But these fans that are expecting it to be 10 out of 10 amazing, you are getting what you asked for, so you are not allowed to complain. You are allowed to comment and say what you think about it, but you are not allowed to complain that you didn't get the version you wanted, even though you get the version you wanted. That's all I'm saying.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Can we all just take a day? Just take a day, and everyone just relaxes for a day. Everyone.
Would you shut the fuck up right now?
Like everyone just chill. Like no one complain about anything. Just everyone just sort of,
Hey, you know what's
cool? Can we make that like a new national holiday?
No,
strawberry.
Hey, you know what's cool?
Relax.
We got a Justice League movie in our lifetime. Played by live action actors.
Dude, we got to see Aquaman stand next to Wonder Woman and Cyborg.
And that has never happened any live action movie ever.
No.
I don't give a shit what they did in Smallville. Well, actually, in Smallville, they had all the characters.
Smallville is so
Anyway,
Oh my
Can we
God.
get a Snyder cut of Smallville?
Zack Snyder redoes all of Smallville.
the small cut.
The small cut.
Can we flip the coin on superheroes and franchises
Yes,
for a
please.
second? Because I want to talk about a Marvel character that I just... So, Sam, you and I have been playing the Marvel Avengers game. Mm-hmm. And we're going to have to talk about how of a hot mess that is. It's super fun. So buggy. It's so unfortunate. But the lead character in that is Miss Marvel. And Sam and I were talking about a little bit. And we're like... If nobody knows the character, they should look her up. They're going to do a Disney Plus show on her, and I'm actually really excited for it because in the game they actually made her a really cool character.
Yeah,
she brings them all together, and she's a younger, she's a fan of the superheroes and brings them all together when they kind of go their separate ways, and it's a really cool story. And I don't know the voice actress name, but she does a great job. Long story short, her powers are stretchy powers. She can stretch, and we're like, well, that kind of sucks. And I've seen people online go, why'd you make a game about a rip-off Mr. Fantastic, who also has stretchy powers? Well, on that same comment feed, I had another brave comic virgin. Well, actually, this guy. Because it turns out her powers are not just simply stretchy powers. And we were talking about it in the game because she's got, sleeves and, these bracelet gauntlet things on. And when she stretches out her arm or legs or something, all of her clothing stretches with her. And Mr. Fantastic explains that it's his suit is built to encumber his powers. And he's super genius, so it's obviously he can make the suit do that. She's basically a teenager. Maybe she's a young adult now. Anywho, and I don't know her level of intelligence, but as far as I know, she's not next level intelligence like Mr. Fantastic. Point is, I found out what her powers actually are, and they're not stretchy powers. They are fucking bonkers. They are cartoon, comic book, anime, just fucking stupid powers.
I'm ready, because I was looking this up the other day. Wikipedia doesn't have her powers on there.
Oh, really? That's where
it doesn't.
Oh, no, I looked on some Marvel fan base. So it turns out her powers, she can tap into the multiverse and steal matter from any version of herself that ever exists. So I know I said that kind of fast. You might need to take a breath. You might need to rewind and play it on 0.5 version. But so she has the next level powers that any version of herself can share matter with any version of herself.
Throughout all of time and space?
Throughout all time and space. Wow. So when she stretches, she just borrows she borrows matter from other versions of herself who are shrinking. And when she shrinks, she gives out matter to other versions of herself across.
And that's why her clothes and stuff?
And that is why her clothes stretch too, because she's also pulling matter from those. And she also has the power that she can change her hair color and skin color. And all
oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh shit! She's full shapeshifter.
She can just take matter from every version of herself.
Because there's infinite versions of herself.
I guess I don't know.
And they're all.
So she could be she could be like a hippopotamus.
It's one of those things you got to take. It's one of those things you kind of got to take at face value, even though the face value is complicated. Because if you start really digging down deep into it, it blows your goddamn head.
I actually really like that explanation for her powers, though. Yeah. I think it's cool.
I thought it was awesome.
It's metal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I thought it was awesome. I just wanted to share it.
Can I, how are we doing on time? Because I want to try to interject with a little segment here.
We have gone over an hour.
Okay, how can I do a little quick segment?
A little quick.
Just while we're on there.
It's a little quick, dude.
It's a little quick. So, last week we got together and we talked about different versions of MODOK. You guys remember?
That's right.
Oh, yes, we did.
So that got me thinking. MODOK is great. He is kind of a comedy character in a lot of aspects, so he has a lot of different comical alternate universe counterparts.
Oh, right. That's what we talked about.
Yeah, but there's a lot of other characters out there with a lot of other different versions of themselves throughout all the different alternate realities and parallel dimensions and stuff. So you
gotta hurry up, dude. We've actually been going over now. No, I'm just kidding.
I want to do a segment with you guys where every once in a while I find a cool version of an alternate, a cool alternate version of a superhero and kind of explain it to you guys. So, I came up with a name for this segment and I think it kind of sucks, but I also love it. You guys are familiar with the name of the parallel dimensions and universes that they call in comic books.
Wait. You want to run that one back by me?
Run that shit back.
The multiverse. You guys have heard that phrase?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, this segment...
alternate
Parallel. Infinite.
Parallelograms. So anyways, the multiverse is a thing. So I'm going to call this segment the Doltiverse. Because we're a bunch of big old dinguses. Like I said, it was a bad name. I couldn't think of anything that rhymed, man.
Wait, is the Doltiverse?
The Doltiverse.
Dolts?
The Doltiverse.
Like dolts, like a bunch of dolts.
Nobody says that. Nobody says that.
Nobody
Fabio, when
calls
have you...
people adult?
Oh, hang on.
That's a thing. Nobody says it, but it's a thing. Adult? You've never heard of that word before? D-O-L-T?
Buddy, I'm trying to be on your side. I have no clue what the fuck that
You
word
guys don't know what adult
Fabio,
is?
get your chair on this side. Because...
Adult, noun, a stupid person. Like us. The Doltiverse.
Sam,
you guys are fucking uneducated.
Sam,
Read a fucking book,
we did
man.
not doubt you at all that was a real word.
Ugh.
We were just saying that nobody nowadays uses that word. Maybe one British guy. One.
And he's on his deathbed.
Yeah,
All right.
he's ready to
I'm
go.
sorry I'm more educated than you fuckers.
Oh,
But,
oh man, dude. You're right. I am also sorry that...
Welcome to the Doltiverse! So this week I wanted to bring to you guys an alternate version of one of Fabio and my favorite characters. Ghost Rider.
Hell yeah.
So you guys know Spider-Man 2099, right?
Hell yeah, dude.
Yep.
You know, he's not Peter Parker, he's a different version, decades in the
Fabio's
future.
gonna kill this tiny spider.
Oh, do it, dude.
Oh.
Did you get him?
I hope so. Or he's in the air and someone's gonna breathe him in.
Oh, that's
Anyway.
gross. So anyways, there are a bunch of different characters in the 2099 universe. There's like Doctor Doom 2099. Yeah. There's a whole bunch of them.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys know about Ghost Rider 2099?
Sure,
I feel
man.
like I vaguely...
But you know what? Our listeners probably have it, so you better give them the rundown.
Ghost Rider 2099, I've gone way over time. He's basically like a rogue artificial robot body
Cool.
that spits napalm out of its head to get the
Napalm.
flames.
Oh, fuck.
And he has a man's consciousness. A man's consciousness that's downloaded into this AI robot body. So he's basically just mechanical Ghost Rider. But what I think is really cool about him is that one of his hands is a chainsaw. And it's on fire.
Ugh.
That's sweet.
That's...
Oh man, welcome to the Doltiverse, buddy. Oh.
Is that right? Did you pronounce it correctly?
It doesn't matter.
Doltiverse?
We're changing the name. You guys ripped on me too hard.
No, we should keep it. We should remind you every single week how shitty and nobody uses that word, that name is.
It's a fucking word, man.
No, it is a word. We
Look at his
believe
bike.
it.
It flies.
Oh wow.
It flies.
Burning. Yes. It says that on it.
Anyways, that's it.
It says burning.
That's
There's
the-
literally burning spray painted on the side of it.
No, dude, it's
Dude,
in
it's
blood.
just in case you didn't know. It's just in case you didn't know. But yeah, that's the segment. I just want to
The
show
only
you guys
thing
cool.
lamer than Sam's segment name is the burning spray painted onto the side. Well, we're out of time anyways.
Yeah.
For your rebuttal. That's been the Is for Fun podcast. I've been your host, Tommy.
I'm saying.
I'm Fabio.
And that's been the Is for Fun podcast.
I can't believe you guys didn't know what that fucking word is.
I never
You've never heard of dolt?
never heard of
You dolt?
I dolt, he, she,
We dolt?
We dolt.
Doltology?
doltology, the study of dolt. Come on, it's no, I've never heard of
Can't believe you
dolt.
guys- I just couldn't think of a word. I couldn't think of a word.
Doltiverse.
Anyways, yeah. Should we get set up for an
Are we trying that tequila right now?
Oh yeah, do you guys want to do that on camera?
Oh. Well, I guess we're not doing it on camera. We talked about how we were going to do it on camera.
We could just
add it
Well,
in.
you guys wanted to do the outro video, right?
The outro. Or yeah, the outro, or whatever.
So we could film that and also film the tequila taste test, and
we're
just
doing
put,
next-
we can just tack the tequila taste test at the end of this podcast, and then tack the outro after that.
Yeah.
Or is that going to be too long?
Nah,
This podcast
I
is
think we
already
just
long.
forgot. We just forgot. The fans are just going to be left wondering.
The poor fans.
There
well,
might, there might
I
be
guess
more
we
at
gotta
this
try it
point.
for ourselves.
I guess
then.
we
We
just
gotta try for
it out.
ourselves.
Yeah.
Tilly. Hi.
Nutsack, man.
Oh, good cast. How did you talk about the Snyderverse again, dude?
You brought it there. You brought it there, man.
Hey, you we're at it there, man. Also, my fingers hurt.
All right.